In this video, I'm going to tell you why the Nike Vomero Plus, is probably one of the best running shoes Nike's made in a long time. Okay team, so I am back from New York and I wanted to give you my thoughts on the Nike Vomero Plus. I was really lucky to get the shoe ahead of the launch and the sale date, let's say, from the guys at sportshoes.com. But I wanted to get a long run done in the shoe before I made this video. So with the long run done, I now want to give you my thoughts and tell you honestly why I think this is one of the best Nike running shoes that they've made in a very, very long time. And stick around to the end of the video because I'm also going to drop, well, a bit of a bombshell. Now, this video is coming out with the shoe already on sale now, and I want you to go into the comments and tell me, have you bought the shoe and have you tried it? And let me know what your thoughts are on the Vomero Plus. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go through what's going on here. We're going to compare it against the Vomero 18. I'm going to give you all the stats and features and tell you exactly what's in this shoe. We're going to put it into a rotation. I am going to drop that bombshell towards the end of the video, and then we're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to tell you why I genuinely think this is an absolute banger from Nike. Right, so the Vomero Plus sits in the Vomero lineup like we have with the Pegasus. We've got the Icon, the sort of base model, which is the Vomero 18. Then we've got this, which is the Plus, and then we've got the Premium, which is coming, which I think most of you have probably seen by now, which is the shoe with like the 2 AirPods in it, all that kind of stuff. That's coming, I think, in October. The Vomero sort of silo is all about maximum cushion, stack, that sort of thing. But what they've done with this shoe is they put full-length ZoomX in it. So this shoe is £155 here in the UK. That's versus £135 for the Vomero 18. It fits true to size in my UK 9.5, and there's plenty of room in the toe box. We've got full length ZoomX, and this is the PEBA foam in here, yeah, 100% all the way through the midsole. Now this has been tuned up slightly versus some of the other ZoomX shoes, but this is full length ZoomX in here. The shoe has a 10mm drop. We've got 45 stacked down to 35, and I'll compare that versus the Vomero 18 in just a minute. We've got 307 grams in my UK 9.5. Now, just to give you a reference point, the Superblast 2 is 262 grams. The outsole is a waffle rubber design, which we get on the Nikes, and we've got like this premium engineered mesh upper. Should we take a closer look? Okay, so like I said, we've got full length of ZoomX in this shoe. There's our waffle rubber outsole, and like I said, it's very, very wide. Here's the upper, which features this premium mesh. Laces are decent. As you'd expect with the Vomero, we've got plenty of cushion here and here. We've got a pull tab on the back, and that's probably that. Okay, so how does this compare to the Vomero 18? Okay, so here's the Vomero 18. Now this features the ZoomX on the top and the React X on the bottom. The stack heights are actually almost identical in these two shoes. So here's the differences in the outsole. You've got a lot more waffle rubber coverage on the Plus shoe. I was going to say premium, but the Plus shoe. The lacing and lockdown and the uppers feel a lot more premium actually on the Plus shoe versus the 18. Now the prices ain't a massive difference, yeah? You've got £135 here and £155 here. Now actually that brings me on, if you're a 40 Runs Running Club affiliated club member, you can join at fordyruns.com. It's about 20 odd pound. You can then head over to sportshoes.com and you can get 15% off of these shoes. So it's well worth doing. You're going to probably save that 20 odd quid that you're going to pay out to become a member on your first purchase. There's also a link to this shoe in the description. Both shoes, as you can see, have a pull tab on there. And this is quite misleading because it's got a big ZoomX sticker on it, but it's not full length ZoomX like this shoe. The Plus definitely has a wider toe box and actually more width overall up the front. This is definitely a roomier feel than this. The Vomero 18 weighs 325 grams, and like I said in the stats and features, this is just over 300 grams. Now that weight is obviously coming from the fact that this has got React X foam in here as well. And that's basically the difference between the two. So moving on to the ride. Okay, so like I said, I was lucky enough to get the shoe before the shoe went on sale from the guys at sportshoes.com, but I did want to get that long run in it. And the reason for that is because I wanted to do different efforts in it. Now the long run that I did had elements of marathon goal pace in it and had some easy pace in there as well. And because of the distance, I was able to really get to know the shoe even better than I knew it before. Now, the first impressions I had when I got this shoe was actually this is a bit firmer than I thought it was going to be. Because it's got ZoomX in it, immediately you think it's going to be soft. But actually, the first time I ran in it, I was like, oh, this is a bit firmer. But then the more I've run in it, the sort of softer it's felt, the better it's got. And actually on the long run today, it felt really good. Now the shoe improves for me the faster I get, but nothing crazy. If I dip down to sort of 730 per mile, and I'll put that up in kilometers on the screen, actually that's close to 430s per kilometer, just as a reference point. But the more I got down to that 730, it didn't feel as good as it did at that sort of 8-minute mile, that 5-minute kilometre. That sort of marathon goal pace sweet spot for me was where this shoe felt at its best. The ZoomX really came alive. And even on the shorter runs, that sort of easy 9-minute sort of 5:40 per kilometre and down towards that sort of 8-minute miles, that 5-minute kilometres, anywhere in that range is where this shoe felt really good. It was exceptionally comfortable, and the feedback from the ZoomX was lovely. It felt smooth, it bounced back, it felt stable, it wasn't mushy like some of these shoes can be, and it's just been a really nice shoe to run in. So in terms of the ride, I'm being very, very impressed with it. And it doesn't feel as heavy as it is on foot. Now you may just think that's reviewer bullshit, but it's not. This genuinely feels lighter on foot than that 300 odd grams that it actually is. Okay, so rotation. This would sit lovely with an Evo SL. And then something like a race day shoe, I'm thinking ASICS Metaspeed Edge straight away, because that's a sort of marathon shoe that I'm looking at for the Chicago Marathon. But I think this shoe could work very well in like a 3-shoe setup. We could have the Evo SL here, race day shoe here, and then this could sit in the middle. This is very much like a Superblast kind of shoe, and I'll come on to that in just a minute. So in terms of other Max Stack shoes that are out there, I'm thinking Glycerine Max straight away. This beats it hands down, basically because of the price, £155, and that's without the FORDY Runs Running Club discount. And by the way, if you're not a club member, but you still want a discount at sportshoes.com, head over to our written shoe reviews that we do. If you scroll down, you'll find a 10% discount at sportshoes.com. You're welcome. So here's that bombshell. If you don't have 190 odd pounds to buy the Superblast 2, or you get incredibly frustrated the fact that you can't buy the Superblast 2, then I think this is a brilliant alternative. I think what Nike's done here is genius. They have created a really good sort of competitor almost to the Superblast 2. Now, I'm not saying it beats the Superblast 2, because we all know, people on this channel, that the Superblast 2 is the king of the running shoe world. But this ain't a million miles away. And if you like Nike shoes, or you don't get on with the Superblast 2, at £155 without my discount code, right, I think you're going to get a very good running shoe here with the Vomero Plus. So look, I know that's a strong statement, but honestly, you're getting plenty of room in this toe box. You're getting a fantastic ZoomX midsole here, full length as well. You're getting a really good stable ride with a great outsole. You're getting a good lockdown with this shoe. It is really, really good, and I can't emphasize that enough. And whilst Nike have been really guilty of making terrible shoes the last few years, this is a fantastic shoe from Nike. Honestly, £155 for what you're getting here is brilliant. Honestly, I can't tell you enough how impressed I was today on that long run with this shoe. And that's why I wanted to do the long run test before I put this video out, because yeah, you can do some of the shorter stuff and we get a feeling from it. And you know, I test a lot of shoes, so I do get a bit of a feel for these shoes early doors, but putting them into that long run, getting some of those different paces, running on different terrains, you get a real good understanding of how a shoe is and feels. And this shoe has really, really impressed me. So there we go, people. That's the bombshell, the Superblast 2. I think the Vomero Plus is potentially a bit of a cheaper alternative to the Superblast 2. And if you are somebody who doesn't get on with the Superblast 2, or you're basically just fed up because you can't buy it, check these out. I think we have got a brilliant shoe on our hands here, people. It is a cracker. But let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. You may say, look, it's too heavy, FORDY at 300 grams, which I totally understand. But as I said, on foot, didn't really notice it, to be honest with you. Yeah, the Superblast 2 definitely feels lighter. You can feel that turbo foam come to life. It is something special, the Superblast 2. But that Vomero Plus, honestly, hand on heart, is a cracking shoe. And at £155, without my discount for being a club member, well, it's a bit of a bargain. Okay, team, don't forget to subscribe and all that sort of stuff. Make sure you leave me your comments about the shoes. Really interested to get your opinion on the Vomero Plus. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe. 22 million subscribers we're trying to get to. We're very close, so make sure you do that. I'm going to go and put some more moisturiser on because I'm peeling after my holiday. And I'll catch you guys later.